Welcome to Fellowship of Games. I'm Alan. Today I'm going to give you a teach on how to play Above and Below Haunted. And Dawn, would you like me to show you how to play Above and Below Haunted?
Yes.
Alright, so first off we're going to get our player board. And I've chosen to be blue and Dawn's chosen to be green. So the rest of the side. And we're going to be building a tableau here, so
Okay.
I'm going to scoot this up some.
Okay.
You have a starting building, and then you're gonna, as you explore, you're gonna build more buildings up top that give you powers, and then you're gonna be exploring the underground and building outposts. Show these right here. And be putting those underneath the buildings you have. You don't have to have, near as I can tell, you don't have to have a building up above to build one below.
Okay.
Above and below, get the name of the thing. But they're going to line up. So here's your starting building. They're both the same. There's nothing different about them. They have 3 beds, which means we can have 3 villagers. And here's those 3 villagers. We have the builders. They have a little hammer, and they all have a 4 strength.
Okay.
And so we got a little froggy, a person, 2 froggies. So you're going to get one of those. So I'll let you pick one.
Oh, okay. Oh, they have different art.
They have different art, yep. And then you have just a regular villager, someone who's just trying to make it through life. Just a regular person.
Just making it.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just going to grab one right here. And the rest, they go to the side. We're not using them in a 4-player game. There's enough for 4 players.
Yep.
And then, let's see if you pick I'm gonna pick this guy because he reminds me of himself. He just looks like he's hanging on. And then you get the quill villagers. They're kind of more intelligent. So we got 6 of those. We got 2 extra ones when we.
The artisans, I guess.
Yeah, the artisans. We got 2 extra ones when we did the expansion.
I like this guy. He looks very wise. Okay.
All right. I'm gonna grab this girl with a hat. I don't know why, but the hat's where it's at. All right. To set up the game, we're gonna build our tableau. Kind of. We have the star cards right here in the corner. They have a little star. These are the luxury places. They give you the most points, and it's like this one. You get 3 points for every ghost you have at the end of the game. So this one. So they're scoring. They're how you score at the end. They're also most expensive, 16 to 17. They're very, very fancy. And below that, let's move this to the side.
So they're primarily end of game scoring?
End of game scoring, yeah, and just points.
Okay.
You have the key buildings. The key buildings, they tend to give you nice special effects.
And what are the fancy ones on top called?
These are the star buildings.
Star buildings and key buildings.
Yeah, you're going to deal out 5 key buildings. You have a total of, looks like 12 here.
Okay.
And when you're done, that goes out of the game. And then also in the game, we have an adventure deck. This stays in order. We refer to that when we do these stories.
Okay.
Let's continue setting up here.
Okay.
Then we have all our villagers. All the villagers have like this nice little river valley tableau on it. You're going to deal out 5. You got put that in the right place. They cheaper as you go to the left and more expensive. Let me explain why they're cheaper. When you hire a village on this side, your tugboat has taken a shortcut through the swamps, and these people always pick up a ghost. So you get them cheaper, but when they arrive, they always come with a ghost that's going to go into one of your buildings and haunt you. And then these, they take the safe route, so they're more expensive, but they don't come with the ghost.
Aha.
So we put a round marker here in the first space. We each have these little fancy torch markers. We put those in the center. That's our reputation. So that's yours. Yep. And then we have this is where we explore. We have our 2 exploration stacks. The basic stack, basically to get the good stories, you grow from 2 to 6. To get 2 to 6 lanterns, and then usually the higher, more lanterns you have, the better the outcome. And here, these go from 5 to 11. These are the more dangerous. It's got this little nasty looking critter cave. That's one of the actions you could take is explore these. So you set up your exploration decks. You take your regular homes, which tend to have resources and beds, so you can have more beds for your villagers to sleep in, because right now we got 3 villagers, we got 3 beds. Matches up perfectly.
Gotcha.
So we get your boats, and then there's different different, not ingredients, they're resources. That's what they are, different resources you can get.
Okay.
You tend to get more basic ones up top, you tend to get more spicier, fancier ones down here below. And however many you stack on there, there's 2 dots. So you're going to put 2 on each one of these. And these are resources in your community that you want to eventually get into your player board. But that's the basic setup, all right, on how to set your game up for above and below. And now I'll tell you how to play.
All right.
Explain your player board. Across the top, these are the actions you can take, and across the bottom is your income/resource stacks. All right. If you look at our resources, there's a limited number of each resource. Dawn separated them out earlier, and they fit perfectly in these little circles. So whenever you collect a resource from one of your cards or from one of your exploration actions, you're going to put resources in the first available section. And if it's the first person who's got one of those resources, then they cover up that creature in this board here, scoring points at the end of the game. But these are how you score later on in the game. The more you have stacked up, the more points you get at the end. So if you have, let's get a couple more. So at the end of the game, I have 1 fish, he's going to be worth 1 point. I have 1 octopus, he's worth 1 point. I have 1 seashell, worth 2 points. So as you can see, the more varied resources you get, the more income you get per turn, because whatever's above it, that's how much income you get at the start of the round.
Gotcha.
And then as you get across, the more points. And they stack too. So as you can see, there's different numbers each. That indicates how hard they are to get. But, if I had this whole stack of seashells, somehow I'd managed to get them there at the end, it would be 6 times all these shells are at the end. So
nice.
So you don't like, if I got another seashell, like if it was like this, I got another seashell, I wouldn't put it here, I would stack it.
Right.
So once you put it in its place here,
it locks it
in. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's one of the biggest ways you can score. And the way you're going to get these is primarily by exploring and buying houses.
Okay.
And the houses, like Aaron talking about seashells, there's some right there. So let's just go across here and talk about our actions. The first one, this little lantern, it represents your guy going down into the dark and exploring. You have to have a minimum of 2 villagers, doesn't matter what kind.
Okay.
And you're going to take them, all our villagers go here. This is the rested area, so you're going to move them to the exhausted area. And then you're going to take one of these to explore. You can pick either one. You don't have to do anything to get a harder one. You just pick it. Just know it's going to be harder to do. And then you roll your dice. And the dice is going to tell you which story to go to. In this case, I rolled a 90. But then I would go to 90 in the storybook. And they're all in here, and they're all set up.
Well, that's nice.
So you get some story and stuff.
Adventure.
It's a little adventure with it. Yeah. So I go to 90 and I would read this, and then I'm not reading it because I don't want to explore. But we can just tell you in the bold print, you usually have a choice. 90% of the time, there's going to be a choice. So I can help the spirit, whatever the spirit is, which is explore for 4, or I can warn the boss, which is explore for 3. So then you take a dice for however many villagers you have. In this case, I got 2, and you roll the dice. And then you assign the dice to villagers. So you look, the villagers have so many lanterns. You're trying to get the lanterns. So in my case, I'd assign a 2 for her and get 1 lantern, a 3 to him and get 3 lanterns. I don't even have, with these 2 guys, I don't even have enough lanterns to be able to do the top one. So I'm just trying to succeed and get the bottom one for 3.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I had a different villager, or if I brought
cost,
even if I brought him, I still wouldn't have. But there's some villagers. Let's see. if I
Like
brought
in that stack.
him, just take
Yeah.
him, or her, I should say. If I'd taken her also, I would have rolled a third dice,
Yeah.
and I could have assigned it to her, and then I could have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and
You
that's
could have
enough.
done the spirit. Okay.
Yeah, but even if, let's say, I rolled a 2 and that wasn't enough, I could then exhaust her, take her over here, and I would still be able to get the 2.
Oh, nice.
So if you don't have enough, or if I was rolling for this guy and I'd rolled a 2, 2, 2, that could then exhaust him and go ahead and get the 2. So then I would be able to choose the 5, and usually the harder it is to get, the better the outcome.
And do you have to roll 2 or higher, or that exact number?
That number or higher. That number or higher.
Gotcha.
So like your starting people, let's get you back over here. It's a lot easier, and it's like this critter. He's got 3. If you roll a 3, you get 2. And if you roll a 5, boy, he's in a nice spot too.
Wow.
You get 3. He's a pretty good guy to get. So, but that's how you explore, and you get the rewards you normally get are resources. Sometimes you get a building. It'll say take the lowest cost building. Sometimes it'll say explore another action, or sometimes like you have. I love this. You have 2 cats. They're characters you can get, and on the back of them, it shows the underground side. So they're rewards from exploring the underground. They're pretty unique in that whenever you try and use the cat, you must roll the dice to see if they will even do what you want them to do.
I like that.
You have to roll a 3 and up before they will even do anything. If you don't, then they're still exhausted, but they don't do what you want them to do. But yeah, it'll reward you with people. It'll reward you with boats. I'll explain boats here in a second. And resources. And sometimes it'll also cause you to get haunts. Let's go ahead and explain what a haunt is. Because I mentioned ghosts when you're coming through here. Haunts, ghosts, they go into your buildings and you lose reputation, which is, if you look, that's minus points at the end of the game.
Wow.
So you don't want to lose reputation. You want to have a nice reputation. The higher your reputation, the more points you get.
Gotcha.
So let's just take this to, we'll skip the build action, take it to the third action. One of the things you can do is banish your ghosts.
Get rid of a ghost.
Oh,
yeah.
Let's finish this up. Whenever you do this, whether you succeed or fail, if you don't roll enough at all, you still get this. This is still going to come in your tableau. It still goes down here. And now you have a space to build these. You cannot build one of these unless you have an open cave space. Okay?
Oh, okay.
So,
Gotcha.
put that at the bottom. Our dice back up here. But once you're haunted, yeah. So we're just going to borrow these 2. Get a couple more. Hand me a couple more ghosts. God, these ghost minis are
They're nice.
They're fantastic.
They were an upgrade, right?
No, these are the actual base part of the game.
Wow.
Yeah. They're great. But yeah, so I would lose 3 reputation at the end of the round.
Oh wow. So you don't want to.
So you don't want that. So one of these things is banish, and someone with a feather, they can go over here to the exhausted section, and they can banish your ghost. It's pretty nice. You get rid of all your ghosts but one.
Okay.
And that one ghost, you stick on your opponent's tableau somewhere. Naughty, naughty. And where you stick it.
This is reminding me of Quacks and the Black.
Yes, if you've watched their Quacks playthrough.
Mothra. No, I'm teasing. No.
But wherever you place it, you get a reward of some type. So you're kind of punishing your opponent and get a reward. But once they have it, they too can take the banished action and just give it right back to you. So
it's gotcha. Got the what is it?
It's called the banish action.
Banish, and then but you get them if you want to move.
If you get them, if you buy people from the cheap slot, you get them as punishment for exploring. So yeah, you're going to get them.
Okay.
Yeah, the ghosts are a big part of this game. All right, let's take the second action here, which is building. You can build any one of the star, key, above buildings or below outposts, as they're called. Whenever you do it,
money.
You just got to have the money. That's all it is. You have to have someone with a hammer. In this case, my frog's my builder. He's got a hammer right there. You move him over to your exhausted section.
Okay.
And then I pay for something. So these buildings all have different powers. These are cheap, as you notice, but they kind of give you a little power.
Yeah.
So
Is that like a standing, like ongoing power?
it depends. Some of them are standing and ongoing. Sometimes some of them are one time action. There are so many different buildings and actions in this. There is a very, very lovely
Oh wow.
thing here in the back. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Oh wow.
So okay. So let's see. Let's look at this one. If you have this building.
It's top round, I think.
Yeah. Mystic Brew. When a player purchases a card with this symbol, they immediately gain 6 Mystic Brews. That is pretty nice. Well, this one says it's a little different.
Mystic Brew.
You could get a Mystic Brew and a coin. Yeah. And you purchase that one.
Wow.
So they're different. There's a whole bunch of different ones. They're kind of easier, cheaper buildings to get, and they give you little powers. This one, you purchase this one, you get a reputation. You get to scoot your reputation up one. But these are a little bit better. They give you beds because you need beds to be able to do the next action. Hire people. Beds and boats. I'll explain boats here in a second. But next action is hire people. And to hire someone, and if you look, it's really nice. They have a symbol, what you need to have in each one.
Yeah.
So move someone over here and you hire someone, and it's like I explained earlier. You pay the money you got to pay, and then
you have to hire them.
Bring them back, and you don't have to have a bed.
You just work them into
to hire someone. But we'll explain resting here in a second. You have to have beds to get people back from your exhausted and hurt or injured section back to your ready section. If you don't have anyone in the ready section, your round's going to be pretty short. The third thing you can do is just move a person over here and collect a resource from one of your cards and move it to your tableau.
Okay.
Now there's also a free action you can do if you have, let's say you have a stack of fish. You can take one of these fish, you can put it up there and say that's for sale, and then let's say I wanted to get a fish to move it to the next section of my thing. I'll say I'll buy that for 3 coins, and you can tell me no, and I can make another offer. It's a barter system, so you can buy something however you want to buy it, but the minimum I have to offer is 3 coins.
Okay.
Or 3 Mystic Brews.
Okay.
They're kind of a currency also.
Okay.
And then the boats, whenever you get a boat, you set it in here, and what you do with the boat is you move it to the exhausted section, and you get to set, it's got it on the side here, set one of your rolled dice in the future to 6. So you don't get to choose what it is, it goes to 6. So that's one of the nice things about the boats. I'm going to explain to you the resources, but that's pretty much the game. You keep doing, as long as you got people to spend, you keep going through your round. And when you're done going through your round and you pass, then the other player gets to do however much until they pass. And once they pass, then all your people are moved over here. However many beds you have, that's how much you can move a person down one. So if my people were in this situation, I got 3 beds, I can move these 2 back to the ready area. I can move her down here. And she can't move any further than that because you can't sleep in a bed twice, essentially.
Oh, okay.
However, if I had a Mystic Brew, I could spin that Mystic Brew and move them one more space. You can have many Mystic Brews. Well, I could say I only had 2 beds. I could spin 2 Mystic Brews and get everybody back.
Gotcha.
So that's what Mystic Brews are for.
And how do you get money?
How do you get money? At the end of the round.
Okay.
Like we're going to start off with 3 here in a second. At the start of the round, you pick up 3. And if you have something here, then you get 4. If you have something here, you get 5. So, and another way you get money, of course, is exploring. Going down and exploring. Another way you get money is selling stuff off to other players.
Okay.
So,
and
that's how
and the resources buy you...
The resources get you basically
just
points at the end of the game. That's the main reason why you're collecting resources. They get you more income per round, and they get you more points at the end of the round.
And when you say you get them off the card...
So if you look at this card, it has 2 little crabs. Where's the crabs at? When I let's do this one because I could build it legally right here as soon as I figure out what I do with my other one. Let's just grab this one. Everybody knows what I did with it. Yeah. Oh, it's right here. I slid it to the side. I was about to say, everybody watching knows what I did with it.
Yeah.
So I built this. Then I would, after I built it, and here's what I would get. I'd put these two right there, and I would get a boat. That's what I get for building this. And then I could move a player over here, and I could then take one of these off.
Yeah.
And put it right there. That's how you get them. So if I had this and the fish had two, I can grab the fish. I can move him over here, and then I could get the fish, put the fish there. And then at the start of the next round, I would start with 5.
More. Okay.
Yep. So, and then move them here, and then, like I said, everything in this stack is points at the end of the game. So
Nice.
you want to get as varied resources and as many resources.
Okay.
So that's what you're trying to do. That's kind of the main point of the game, is to get these resources. That's pretty much how you're going to win the game.
These are they're almost like, I know they're
Almost like poker chips.
cardboard, but yeah, they're.
It's thick. It's a thicker cardboard for sure. They didn't
Yeah.
just use a 2-ply. They got a nicer one
Pretty fancy.
as you destroy the stack.
It was so good.
And I have to
love it.
restack them. You have to play with them.
I know, right?
But yeah, you're going to go, and as soon as everybody passes, we take our end of round, then this is going to move up, and then you take your income, and we start all over again. And when this is all the way at the end, and everybody passes, that's it. That's it. The game is over. We count up how many points we got via the buildings and the scoring. Like this one, 2 points for every pair of octopus and fish you have, plus 10 points, and plus these right here. And the player who has the most wins. In the case of a tie, sisters win.
I like that house rule. And these, is this how we're limited to, like, the number of people? That's our movement. That's our resource.
That's our actions. Yeah.
Limitation.
Number
Okay.
of people we have is the number of resources.
Okay.
Yep.
I just noticed these like match the
Oh.
background.
Yeah,
really
they
do.
did a great job on the art on this.
They did. That's crazy.
This is Ryan Leucat. If you know who Ryan Leucat is, he is one of the best artisans there is. So that's how you play Above and Below. Do you have any more questions?
Mm-mm.
All right. Meow,
I just
meow.
want to say,
Cats are adorable.
and the first person token, the ruby
Oh yes,
ruby fish statue is beautiful. Yeah,
Yes.
he's beautiful.
that's very nice. It's pretty thick too. Yep.
Yeah, that's sharp. Well, thank you for showing me that. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess thank everybody for
Yeah.
joining us.
Thank you for joining us. Tell us about your favorite game artist or favorite artist. Comment down below, because you see this pretty nice looking game, and look for our playthrough in the future. Be sure and like, subscribe, and join us at fellowshipofgames.com.